And he was 0 of 6 from deep. After the season-ending loss, Trey said, quote, "It's definitely frustrating not being healthy and not being able to give my full 100%. Totally agree. For it to end that way, Shannon, does he deserve a pass for his bad shooting in Game 6 because of the injury?
No, I commend him, Skip, for getting out there. He probably took an injection in that foot just so he could get out there and probably move around. But he wasn't the Trey that we're used to seeing. He had some, burst, but not nearly what we had become accustomed to in these playoffs. But no, he doesn't get a pass. It happens. I mean, you went out there, you gave it all you could, and it didn't work out. I thought they let the game that really got away from was Game 5, because I felt that was the game they could have stole, Skip, because they did not come out with the intensity in Game 5 that they came out in Game 4, and they let Milwaukee get out to this big lead. Even though they clawed a lot of it back, it was just too much to overcome. I felt that was the game that they let get away. But no, great players don't get a pass. We didn't give Isaiah a pass, even though, Skip, we saw that tennis ball in Isaiah's ankle. But we didn't give him a pass. He's like, hey, we got to get better.
You mean that grapefruit?
It was you. You got to see it. In the Bad Boy Pistons when they did the 30 for 30, which is great. How big his ankle was. And he's like, hey, I didn't get it done. But he came back the next year and he got it done.
He did.
So this is a young ball club. But, Skip, you never know what's going to transpire. But I don't believe in giving guys passes. If you're injured, you're out there. Give it your all. And if it doesn't go your way, you lost the ball game. But you don't get... Not in pro sports, Skip. You don't get. It's not good. You don't get participation awards. It's about, because you play at the highest level. It's about wins and losses. And so for me, I'm not giving him a pass. But I thought he did a commendable, a great job. And I think we're going to talk about him later, giving him a grade throughout the entirety of the playoffs. But nah, he doesn't get a pass from me, Skip.
What do you always tell me? If you're out there, you're good to go.
Good to go.
And to his credit, and I tweeted about this as the game started, good for you. You sucked it up and you got out there. I don't know if he took an injection. He well might have.
Right.
I never could quite figure out how you step back on the referee's foot, which was bizarre to start with, because he made a step back and the ref's feet are out of bounds and he steps wrong on the ref's right foot with his right foot. And it goes sideways, and I thought it was his ankle, and then they're calling it a bruise. Well, I don't know. Did he hit the ankle bone on the floor and bruise it? I have no idea. Now we're back to what's going on in a man's head. What's his pain threshold versus everybody else's pain threshold? Well, there were sequences in the game when he looked fairly okay to me. There were sometimes he would drive it and seem like he did have a little push off and a little bit of lift. Because he'd get loose and score a bucket the way he normally does. But then you get to the fourth quarter, and Cam Reddish sparked a run that was, it was out of the world, man. I mean, they were down 22 early in the fourth, and they cut it all the way down to 6 on a Capella dunk from Cam Reddish. And Cam seemed to be the spark plug of it. But then the rest of the way down the stretch, Trey went 0 for 3. So I thought if he could have come up hot from 3, he might have been the driving force to get them over the top back to a Game 7 in Milwaukee. He had a horrible shooting night all told. So he's 4 of 17 from the field and 0 of 6 from 3. Well, obviously, it was a minor miracle that they cut it to 6 with their best player, even though hobbled, shooting the ball that poorly. It's shockingly poorly, although he's prone to have games like that. Every few games, he'll just go completely haywire.
The guys that you expected to shoot the ball from 3 were Herter, Bogdanovich, and Trey Young were 3 of 17. That's not good enough. Well, like you say, Skip, what if they're 6 of 17 or 7 of 17? Well, we might be having a different discussion, because, like you said, Cam Reddish came in and started letting it go.
He did.
And for him to play as well as he did, to miss the amount of time that he missed, Atlanta's future is bright. And plus, Hunter didn't play, Skip. But I just thought the thing is, they didn't really defend. I mean, come on, y'all can defend better than that. Lou didn't give him a whole lot on Saturday.
He's good for a game a week, maybe.
Because he was that Game 4 with Trey. We started for Trey. He played unbelievable, but he didn't give him much on Saturday.
Okay, so here's my issue with Trey Young. Once again, most of these teams live and die with the three-point shot.
Yes.
It's just the way of the world in the NBA right now. So for his playoff run, 16 games, he shoots 31%. Well, it's just not good enough.
Right.
It will hurt you more than it will help you if you keep jacking them up and you shoot 31. You got problems with Milwaukee.
Yes.
I have problems with him shooting that many threes and making only 31%. So I look all told at his playoff run, and I say, wait a second, you missed 209 shots through 16 games. That's just from the floor. 209 shots. That ties, guess who? Pandemic P of the Clippers for the most misses in all the playoffs. Except here's the difference. As we know, playoff P played the most minutes by far. He played 776 minutes to only 603 for Trey, because Trey obviously missed some games. It was 19 games to 16 games.
And plus, they only went 5 games. I mean, think about it, he went 7, and another 6. And he went 5. Trey went 5 the first game, then he went 7, and then he missed 2 games.
So the point was, he tied Paul George for misses, total misses in the playoffs at 209, but obviously he played 3 fewer games. Well, that's no good.
No.
So should we call him Pandemic Trey? No, because he hasn't qualified for that yet. But the numbers do.
He didn't shoot the ball well. Skip, I think he has to shoot the 3, because if you don't shoot the 3, because it's not like he's 5'11". And I got to have a way to get to the basket. And the only way that I'm going to be able to get to the basket is that if I make you think I'm going to let this 3 go and you hug up on me. So now I can get around you. So that's a part of why he does it. Now, is he ever going to shoot the percentage? The likelihood of him shooting the percentage of Steph, probably not very good.
I mean, Steph's 42%.
Right. But Skip, if he can just get that to like 35, 36, that would be more than enough.
It would be if you could do that.
Because if you look at what he's averaging per game, shooting 31%, he gets to 35, 36, he's going to be averaging 30, 31 points a game.
So I hear some people compare him to Steph Curry, and he's not in the stratosphere with Steph from 3. He'll make one from the logo every once in a while, and it's great for the highlight shows because he'll play big on the highlight shows. Can you believe this little man's range? Well, he shot 31%.
I believe he's asked to do more than Steph. Draymond runs the offense. Steph gets to run off screens. That's Draymond. Draymond leads the team in assists. So you ask it, I mean, if you ask Trey to say, Trey, just run off screens, I'm not saying he's going to be Steph Curry, but he has to run the offense. Skip, think about it. He's getting you 8, 9 assists tonight. Sometimes what did he give you, 45 and 8, 35 and 18? So he can score, but he can also, be a high assist guy.
There are nights he is the whole offense. He creates it all by himself. With a lot of dribbling, a lot of screens, a lot of, I'm going to get in the lane whether you like it or not, and then either alley-oops or I'm going to get to the rim or I'm going to stop and shoot this floater. Well, the whole show seems to revolve around
his game was a lot. His and Luka games are basically very, very similar, Skip.
One guy's 6'7".
Exactly. One guy can, Trae Young ain't posting anybody up.
Nope. But he can do the Tony Parker, I'll beat you to the rim. I'll beat you to the glass.
He's good with either hand. He got the floater. And what we saw with Luka, he got his team to the Olympics.
Slovenia, way to go.
So,
boy, they were celebrating. That was a huge thing for that
was
country.
A huge thing. But I like what Trey did. I mean, they don't skip. They don't have it. The Hawks don't have anything to hold their head down because nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw this run. I don't even think the Hawks fans saw this run. Okay, yeah, maybe we beat the Knicks. Philly got past Philly and took Milwaukee 6 games, and Trey got hurt. So they got something like, you know what? We're gonna take a month off. We're gonna get back in the gym, guys. We can make another run at this thing. The key is gonna be, are they gonna keep John Collins? John Collins played himself into a big payday, Skip.
He did. He wasn't great in this game.
No, he wasn't.
But he was great in the run. I agree with you. And I remind everyone that team was 14-20 when Nate McMillan took over.
I just think the thing is, Skip, if you look at John Collins, he only took 6 shots. He was 6 of 9. No, you got to take more than that, bro. Herter can't take more shots than you. Capella took more shots than John Collins. Nah, I love Capella. I love the hustle. But you ain't got no business taking more shots than John Collins.
Agreed. But Trae Young takes a whole lot of shots.
Oh, yeah, he's going to take a whole lot.
When he's cold, you're done.
Yeah, he's going to take a whole lot of shots.
I like the tweet from Trey as well. The future is Atlanta. This is just the beginning. He had a great tweet, and it's something to be excited about. Shannon, I know you know that fan base very well. I'm curious about Skip's fan base. What can we expect from Skip's Cowboys on Hard Knocks this year?
Nothing. Don't expect anything.
All over every minute of it. That's next.
No mercy.